What a waste of time that was.
All right, now you know, mate. How inconvenient. First pod chat then, Ben. First pod chat.
I know, yeah. How are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Trained this morning.
Maybe I'll
Got home, woke the kids up, to get them on the computer for school. That's a load of bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I haven't got Bailey this week now. She's sorted at school. So she's just sitting in her bed doing all the work.
It's a nightmare. I mean, I've got the two boys.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've got two PCs, but Cody's had to borrow a laptop from his dad because I need the computer for my work. It's like it's a waste of time if you ask me, but I've already shared my views on Facebook. There's more things that they can be doing. Like,
And on a serious note, have you got a fleece on?
I have.
I thought I noticed.
I got a jumper and a top.
Is it cold in your house then?
No, I just feel the cold if I'm sitting down doing nothing.
Because you're too skinny, aren't you? That's why.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm too skinny, Ben. Too skinny. What have you been up to anyway?
I've just been out for a walk in the snow. So yeah, it's not very often, is it, that we get some snow. So I thought I'd go out. I don't know if you heard that. The snow's all sliding off this conservatory roof. So there might be a few crashes and bangs as we go through. But yeah, I've been working out, going around the country park, eating, sleeping, and I'm now on the 7th series of Game of Thrones. So I've got about 16 hours left, and then I can take control of my life back.
You're still furloughed, aren't you, as well?
Yes, I'm Flexi Furlough, 4 hours a week.
4 hours a week? Oh, just what? Why though?
It's just basically saying there's bits of admin to do, like if people haven't paid, because a lot of it is credit that you have in the pub trade, so they can get between a week and a month's credit. So some people obviously don't want to pay at the moment because they're not getting an income. So it's just managing situations like that. So when they do open back up, they can make sure that their accounts are all square, and then they can get some booze and start getting people pissed and whatever else.
That seems like it's forever away.
I know, yeah, I don't know. They're saying May, potentially. It'd be nice if pubs were open for May bank holiday, because normally May bank holiday is the first, Easter's the first bank holiday, isn't it? Yeah. Easter's the first bank holiday, so it'd be nice if people. When is Easter?
No idea. It changes every year, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, so it'd be nice because on May bank holiday, that's the first one where people generally go to the seaside, and they don't necessarily go out in their local towns. So for the tourist places, it'd be good, but obviously everyone's, local pubs, restaurants, hotels will need some help when they do reopen, just like the gyms.
Yeah. Easter's 2nd of April. So that's ages away.
Yeah.
Pubs before gyms or gyms before pubs?
Well, I don't think it really matters either way, because ultimately no one really gets coronavirus from pubs and no one gets it from gyms. The reason why they don't want the pubs open is because people get pissed, then they start fighting, then that causes more trouble for the police and the NHS, which is what they don't want to be looking after. The actual issue doesn't come from people in pubs generally.
It just comes from people.
Obviously, there are people that are taking the piss, and with this new strand of virus, you might find that in pubs and gyms it could be worse, I suppose. But I don't.
That's like anything, though, isn't it? Really, there's always going to be a new strain of virus, and it's just people being stupid. We're the only ones that spread it anyway, so it doesn't matter where you really go.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether the snow can kill it or what, or maybe we need it to snow for another 7 weeks.
Eat the snow.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Other than that, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being on furlough and doing. I mean, loads of people are hating it, but I'm enjoying not having to go out and go to work. I've got no one complaining to me every day of the week. There's no missed deliveries. I don't mind, obviously I don't mind working, but I don't mind a bit of a change either. And obviously I'm fortunate that I'm getting paid. So I'm getting to eat nice breakfasts. Have you done the wrap
No,
quad things?
not
Why
yet.
not?
For me, it's just too much effort. I'd rather just bung it all in and eat it.
Yeah, but I'm
I'll
telling
give
you
it.
now, I'm telling you now, once you've done it, you'll never have another type of wrap. Because if you do like a chicken fajita style wrap, yeah, and you put rice in there, sour cream, bit of sauce, it by the end of it, it can be ripping to bits. Once you've toasted it and pressed that bad boy, there's no mess.
Yeah, but surely you can't put too much in it, like filling wise.
You can put more in there. You can't. I wouldn't say I would put as much in there as what I would. I'll probably put about 100 grams of chicken in one.
You measure it out, do you? Yeah.
Well, yeah. This is something that I wanted to ask you actually, because I've seen your posts this year about losing weight, being consistent, all this, and I noticed that you're saying to people not to track necessarily, but I am a big tracker. I'll even measure my ginger shots in the morning, which is another thing that we should probably talk about, because I'm sure you've got some views on that. But for me, tracking is good because it gives me a framework. I don't do it all the time, but it gives me an idea of how much food I should be eating based off what you tell me to eat, because I do macro and calories, don't I? I do 3,000 calories, and then I split it up macro-wise. So I just wondered what your view is on that in a bit more detail, because obviously when you do your posts and stuff, you have about 15 seconds or whatever to say what you've got to say.
Yeah. The point of those posts is reaching the general public. So 9 out of 10 people don't need to know their macros. Like, it's totally, in my opinion,
do you think it's beneficial?
It's pointless. Not at the moment, no. The only point it will become beneficial is if you wanted to step on stage, if you were going for that really athletic, muscular look and you needed to kind of be really strict with it.
Mm.
The most important thing for a lot of people is just making sure you get enough protein. So for you, the biggest macro that I'd want you to focus on is making sure you hit your protein target, but that's going to change every day anyway. Because your goal is to build muscle.
Yeah.
Most people want to do that. So that's why my posts kind of read that way. People don't need to count, they don't need to track, they just need to get hold of portion sizes.
Yeah, no, I think that's why I like to track the food. So I use it as, right, I'll do it the day before, so I know. So I won't necessarily measure everything out to the gram, but I'll know, right, I'll put in my fitness pal what I'm going to eat the next day. So then, because otherwise I'll be picking, because I'm still a former fat bastard. That fat bastard is still trying to get out. So I'll know, right, I'm going to eat that for breakfast. Because some days, if I have, like at the moment, where I might go out for a walk or a run in the morning, and then today I might do like my weight training. Some days I could just have an insatiable appetite where it's like I cannot stop eating. It's like a magnet dragging me off to the kitchen.
Just give it to me. But you actually just said something that is really relevant. You were a former fat bastard.
Yeah, I know, but now I've gone from 3 years of being in a calorie deficit. For me, losing weight is quite easy, to now trying to eat more. And then I've seen it since lockdown one, I probably said to you when I bought all that, the rig and stuff like that off Dan and Tom and got the weights in the house. It's been like a bit of a change of mindset to go, well, I was 167 pounds, probably the lightest I've ever been after lockdown one, when I was running every day and all that, to then I'm like 185 pounds now. It's just stone heavier. it's a bit of a shift in mindset when you've been doing something for 3 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost quite difficult to do, actually, when you're so used to feeling hungry all the time, and now I'm not, and I'm just being greedy. So I've still got, because even say my calories are 2,400 a day, I can eat 2,400 a day. When I've got 3,000 calories to eat, there goes a bit of snow, I'll eat 3,000 calories, but I could get to 3,000 calories and still be starving, because I'll get used to eating that amount of food. Does that make sense or not?
Yeah, it does. And what people need to take into account, and this is what I'm kind of trying to get across with the fat loss workshop, is we're not doing as much as we were before. You're stuck at home. So when you look at how many times you were getting in and out of the car, talking to people.
So it's your
versus what, so this is your needs. So versus what you're doing now, everybody's activity, so your calorie expenditure, your calorie burn, whatever you want to call it, has reduced. So people are gonna.
Well, mine's probably higher.
Has it though?
Yeah, it is, because, well, I track my steps. So if I'm doing, I don't know, I'd say I'm probably similar, or I don't know. Like yesterday, I did 2 laps of the country park, then I sat on my ass all day. So I did 800 calories. But if I do a lap of the country park, and then maybe I'm cooking in the kitchen or preparing some food, then I'm doing a gym session, I might do over 15,000 steps.
And when you're cooking the food, are you eating the food as well whilst you're cooking it?
Not necessarily, no, because I'll generally batch cook things. I'm pretty.
Won't have a nibble here and there, no.
Not really, no. It almost, when I'm doing that type of cooking, do you ever think it doesn't make you hungry when you're cooking that much food? I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I don't prep. I think that's the thing as well with like people who do cook a lot. Like, you're very rarely that hungry. But again, it's different from person to person.
I can't.
By the time I've cooked, I don't want to eat it.
But I can't be asked to cook every day. That's why I like to make like 10 meals of one thing, save it, and then I can just warm it up. Because I'm like, I can't be asked. And look, and I'm not a cook either.
But it's normal. Again, I don't feel motivated to cook every day. If I haven't got the boys here, I don't want to cook. And then I have the older two moaning, like, what's for dinner? Whatever you want.
You eat anything though, don't you?
Yeah, within reason. But then that's, again, going back to the point that you said, you're a former fat bastard. Your body's always going to kind of fight to be that way anyway. Again, how many years were you fat?
So
let's be honest, Ben.
Well, yeah, my issue is as well that obviously from the operations as well, losing the weight I thought would help me feel better physically, but because of like the wing scapula, obviously I've had a lot of muscle removed out the right side, I still look at myself and feel like I'm deformed anyway, in my mind. So going as skinny as possible hasn't really changed. It's just given me a new goal to go towards, really. I think that's the thing that you're always doing as well. When you, like, 1 minute you're trying to lose weight, then you're trying to get more size. That's probably the good thing about exercise. There's never an end, well, there is an end goal to a certain point, but then your goal changes and you go for something else.
And that's what everybody needs to realise. Exercise isn't a way to kind of help you lose the weight. It's a way for you to maintain it and then change your body shape. The whole fat loss thing does come through what you eat during the day and how much activity you get. I think those are the 2 biggest things that people can do if fat loss is your goal. It shouldn't. Exercise shouldn't be a way, because I think people start to use it as a punishment. And for me, that, what I'm like when I start to rant, that frustrates me. It's like, no, because now you're using that as something, as a punishment.
Say that again. Say that one bit again. What? Go on, what?
I like to rant.
Yeah, but what makes you rant? Just so, because I missed that. Go on.
Bullshit makes me rant. Anything. Using exercise as a punishment.
Oh no, well I
don't like it.
I love exercise. Like, to me, going to the gym, and especially IB1 was like the reason why I loved it, and you know how much I love that fucking steam room at Nuffield Health, you know, as well. You know, it was like the new pub for me. You know, I've been going. Obviously, I work in pubs, I work in the beer trade, and I don't really want to go to pubs all the time now in my social time. And IB1 was like going to a completely different. It was a pub where you left feeling. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can leave pubs feeling good, you know, on rare occasions. But no, that's harsh. You know, probably 75% of the time you leave pubs feeling good. It's waking up the next day that you don't feel good. But when you know, that when I think back to those first Saturday wads and those, you know, doing those classes with TK and the lads, I loved doing that. There was no way I would ever miss those exercises. You know, I loved it. That was like, even if you were shit at whatever you were doing, it was great. I loved it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Imperial Bodies 2 is still good, but we've had coronavirus, and you know, we had that amazing day with the we did the competition.
Yeah.
We're all different
hybrid one.
Yeah. That was an amazing day, and obviously we've done the charity thing, the Halloween nights were good. But yeah, I'd never miss an ex. What I don't understand is about people saying that they don't like exercise. Surely they're just not trying the right things for them, because you can go for a walk. Do you class walking and running as exercise or not?
Walking I'd class as just activity. We should be doing that every day anyway, and this is where the 10,000 steps came into it, because most of us sit down all day. If you look at what jobs most people have, you're not on your feet picking stuff up, moving around. You're sat at a desk for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day. Then you go home and sit on your ass. And I think a lot of people moan about the exercise because they don't enjoy the workouts. You know, look at what people are doing at the moment. You're doing your online HIIT workouts or Joe Wicks.
Yeah, I have.
Who hasn't got a clue what they're doing?
I haven't. I have to admit, that is something I don't like doing. The Zoom calls. I know I do the team wide on a Saturday, but for me, the team wide is obviously about actually, doing it in the group, meeting different people, and it, like, you know, I'm always stuck with Alistair as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had to carry that bloke for like 3 years now.
Yeah, again, exercise should be enjoyable. It should look forward to it. Ooh, more snow. Yeah. You know, like you were saying, you looked forward to going to IB1. You know, it didn't really matter what the workouts were. That was totally irrelevant. But you enjoyed it. You had a laugh. You left feeling good. And I think that's what people need to get addicted to, because then you're going to want to keep doing it. It doesn't really matter what workouts we give you, because most of the people that come to the gym anyway aren't looking to like step on a stage or, you know, do any competitions. It's just, I feel uncomfortable. I don't like going to a gym. I need help.
But do you think, you know, obviously I was reading a few books, like the James Smith book, and they talk about intrinsic and extrinsic motivations. And do you think, like me, I go to the gym because looking good is one point, but obviously from my aspect, my performance, because I do occasionally do CrossFit competitions, you've got certain goals with certain exercises and things that drags you into the gym more. If you can make it make the why about more than looking good, then you're more likely to turn up and go. And if you can make it a passion more than a have to, you're going to go more. Whether you're doing it in your house or in your back garden or running around the country park or going to the gym, whatever. Doing your Joe Wicks. I've not done a Joe Wicks. I mean, I did buy his book years ago, but I just didn't like the recipes. I thought, fuck off, Joe.
Yeah, I remember doing one. I can't even remember what it was called. He used to do the Thai bow stuff. Is it PX9 or something? I did it years ago before I even got into fitness, and I remember doing it on my floor, and I've been put off doing exercise in the house because I didn't like having to clean up my sweat after.
Yeah, but I just don't like exercising in the house. I just don't like, I hate it.
But some people will enjoy it, but then I think some people take it too far, because what are your goals? Like, and is what you're doing really going to help you get the results that you want? And then take it back to actually going to the gym. Why do people keep going to the gym?
Maybe I think it's to look in the mirrors. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I think anybody that... I had the conversation with Ryan Barrett, and and again, and the same reason I got into the CrossFit and the weightlifting and the bodybuilding is because I liked how I looked in the mirror. And I've had the conversation with a couple of new clients that I've had, and it's not a case of I want to lose weight because, you know, I'm going to feel more comfortable. It's because actually you want to feel sexy. You want to look at yourself and like,
it's
and
like
that's the only, but that's the only thing that's going to motivate us to do it. It's not because of the workouts that you're doing in the classes or the workouts that are programmed for you. It's because you've started to see changes in your body. Yeah, but if you didn't, would you fucking love it and still go? He said no. I said no.
I mean, the thing is, I don't, in my eyes, my problem is I don't feel I look that much different. Maybe I think I must do. But for a long time I didn't, you know, I don't know.
But you saw the weight coming off?
Yeah, I did see weight coming off. I think now I'm starting to see more results where I'm starting to see a bit more muscular changes in the last sort of 12 to 18 months probably than what I was before, because I was just shrinking. I started in 2008 going to Nuffield, and you don't have a clue what you're doing in the gym, so you go in, you use a cross trainer, you go on the running, you try and run for 2 minutes. I can remember trying to run for 2 minutes and thinking, Jesus Christ, how the hell am I going to do this? Cross trainer I liked the cross trainer, that was good. But then you'd see all like the people that look like they know what they're doing in the free weight section, and you're thinking, I'll be too scared to go over there. But then you go over there and you have a go at the bench press, get stuck under there, and you learn.
Yeah, but that's how everybody feels, you know. They don't know what they're doing. They've seen a couple of people doing an exercise, so they try and mimic it, but yet they haven't got any understanding of what the fuck they're doing. But look at where you started and where you are now. You know, you just said that you went from, you used to hate running 2 minutes on the treadmill. Then you went into running wolf runs and miles and miles a day.
But the reason why I ran was because I was doing a wolf run. So I thought, I don't want to make myself look stupid on this wolf run. So I thought, right, if it's 10K, if I can run around Daventry Park twice, that's 8 kilometres. So that's why I started running around the country park, was so I didn't look like a twat on the wolf run. But the wolf run was like, I did that and I was like, why have I not done this before? Because it was fun because of the obstacles.
Yeah.
Not because of the running. And it was the camaraderie that I did it with 15, 20 people from rugby. And it was like the best day ever. I'd always do them. And if you like getting muddy and rolling around in the mud and fucking people in the ass, why not do it? That's what I'd say.
Yeah. But you tried it and you found what you liked. And how many have you done now?
I've done 4, and then I was meant to do another one and I got pissed up the night before and missed it.
See, you're still enjoying your life. You're doing what you enjoy, still getting pissed up. But
I'm not at the moment. I haven't had a drink this year.
Is that because of lockdown now?
yeah. But I've never really been a big drinker at home.
Ben, stop lying.
I know. I'll drink at home if I've been out drinking the night before. So should we talk about habits? Because we were going to talk about...
Go on then.
Yeah, so I read this book. I think you've read it as well.
Right, if it's the one... I've got it, but I haven't read it all.
Yeah, it's
the clear one. Yeah, I've got it, but I haven't actually started it.
Right, so it's all about your habits and how you can learn from your good habits and add other things on top of that and break your bad ones. One of my bad habits is if I go out boozing, I'm greedy, so that's that former fat bastard again. If I go out boozing and I'm out and I wake up and I feel rough, I think to myself, there's only one way to get over this. I'm gonna have to have 2 or 3 bottles of wine the next day, and then I'll be on. I wake up, super noodle butty, yeah, got to have super noodles, loads of soy sauce, Tabasco in there, in a massive. Some people even hollow out baguettes. I've not done that yet, but that would be the ultimate. Have that, and then I'll wait till later on, and because I've got bad anxiety, then I think I'll have a glass of wine. Have a glass of wine, boom, bottle gone, and then I'll be drinking at home for a couple of days. But then I'll stop and I'll get back off the train, and I'll try and get the good habits. And one thing that this book, 2 things that this book taught me, and one thing that we spoke about a while ago was about that ice cube analogy. So if you keep doing the good things and you change that 1% or 1 degree, so in Fahrenheit, which is an American thing, isn't it? Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
But at 35 degrees Fahrenheit, an ice cube will melt. So it comes out of the freezer at 0. You keep increasing the temperature by 1%, 1%, 1%. And then eventually the ice cube will melt. And that's kind of how I feel, I suppose, at the moment with my own fitness journey is I know I'm doing the right things. I might still have a bit of a belly, but I'm trying to grow a bit of muscle. Maybe at the back end of the year or the start of next year, I'll do an 8 or a 12-week cut or something, just to, but I can't keep being in a calorie deficit all the time. And then another thing that it's helped me out with is they talk about this thing called habit stacking. So you add to your good routine. So if you think about all the good things you do in the morning, so this is what I want to know from you as well in a minute. What are your daily must-dos? But so something that I'll always do when I get up in the morning routine, first thing I do is I'll make my bed, draw my curtains. Then I've started reading a page of the Daily Stoic, which is all about Greek philosophy. It's 1 page. I can deal with that. Then I have a dump, have an evacuation procedure. Then I have a shower, brush my teeth, whatever, go on a daily walk. They're things that I do before I do anything else, and it kind of sets you up to be on the front foot in the day. But as well, another thing that I've been doing is I've had loads of injuries, haven't I, in the last 12 months, shoulders. Now I've got this sciatic thing. So what I'm doing is before any workout, because I know I won't do it after one of your stupid WODs, right, is that I do my mobility first that the physio set me. So I spend 15 minutes warming up properly, which I never used to do. And that has kind of helped me, I suppose. But you can relate your habits to anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, what 3 things I want to know of you? What are your daily must-dos that you do every day without fail? What are your body goals? Because I've never heard you say that. And don't say you haven't got any, because you must do. And what got you into fitness?
You know what? I've never actually thought about what my must-dos are in the morning. Since this last lockdown has started, my must-dos are just getting up when my alarm goes off.
What time?
So at the moment, I set it at 5:30. So before, I'd snooze it like 3, 4, maybe 5 times.
Why are you getting up at 5:30 in the morning?
Because I have to take my son to work.
Oh, okay.
So my eldest is working at the moment, so that's kind of forcing me to stick to the routine I was having when we last opened the gym and I was doing the 6 o'clock classes. So I drop him off, I go and train in the morning.
But are you still training at the gym?
Yeah. That's something that I never did before because work and my coaching would take over. So this for me is you're looking after yourself more as well now than on a physical level. Yeah. So 5:30, get up after maybe one or no snoozes. Shower, dress, brush my teeth, get in the car, go to work. Do the workout. Then we're doing the daily briefings at 8 o'clock. So again, that's something new, but that's now part of my day. So that's kind
Yeah.
of...
Will you carry on doing daily videos once this is over, do you think, or not?
I will. Obviously, I don't think we'll do it for the exercise, but I do want to do videos. So even if it's just me talking to the camera, just saying, hey, that is something I want to put into my day. Then I get home, wake up the boys if they're here, because they also have to start for their schooling. So I'm normally back by about 8:30, let the dog out, feed the dog his farmyard dinner. And then it's normally I'll start the PC. So the first thing I do is check emails, and then I'll normally have a list of things that I've set the week before that I want to get done. So it's scheduling Facebook posts for the week. I'll do that on one day. Then it could be doing client programming. And
So
then
with Facebook then, can you write a load of posts and then they'll drop in at certain times?
Yeah, so it's something called Business Suite. So I can literally, for every Facebook page that I've got, I can schedule as many posts that I want, and it links into the Instagram pages as well. So I'm not there typing at 6 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock or whenever my posts go out. It's already been scheduled for the week.
So clever, isn't it? Hey?
It is. No, but it takes off so much work, because writing the posts and thinking about what I want to say, I don't have to think about it now. Yes, I do it for a moment, but I can do that at any time in the day. And then if I have a good idea and I want to write something else, I can just do it. The afternoons I try and keep for like education stuff that I've got going on. So whether that's copywriting, learning a little bit about marketing, or just try and target my ideal client. A lot of it is just bullshit. But the other thing that I've started doing...
Who's your ideal client?
Huh?
Who's your ideal client?
That bastard.
Not me, obviously. I've got to be your worst.
You're not actually. Do you know what? This is one of the hardest things that I've had to learn, because when they tell you to focus on your ideal client, even though we can help and program for anybody, they try and get you thinking of just one person. So you're always talking to that person. So for my own PT stuff, I've just been thinking about women in their 40s, probably perimenopausal, sleeping like shit, struggling with work, putting on weight, frustrated. They want to sort their shit out, but they're lost. Constantly dieting, you know, doing Joe Wicks at home. And they just want somebody to like say, look, I don't know what I'm doing, help me.
Do you think women then are more struggling with health than men? Do you see it as a gender issue, or is it just person by person?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I think I just relate, well, actually, I was just going to say, I think I relate to women more.
Because you are a woman.
Because I am a woman, so I understand the struggles that they have, but I think my personality is more aligned with men. I'm not very like girly, am I? I don't kind of hold back in what I say, and I can be pretty crude. So I think for women to work with me, you've got to like somebody that swears and tells you straight, not worry about going, yeah, my balls are bigger than yours, whatever, swing your dick. You know, it's kind of like we start here and it's all nice and polite, and then it quickly goes to talking about beards and being moist and licking spoons. So it's like I'm never going to relate to a woman that's like, oh my God, she swears a bit too much. And I've been surprised with the clients that I have had, even the older ladies, where I'll try and act a certain way, and then like myself just slips in, and they laugh. And they're like, I like that. Huh?
They don't want that. They don't want the Dana P that's
all sensible and shit. No, they don't. And the two older ladies that I did work with, Sue and Colleen, they were probably two of the best women that I've ever worked with. And that's not to like put the other women down that I have coached, because for me, I see it as like a learning journey. But when I'm 70, 50, 60, 70, I want to be like them. You know, I want to go, is it okay to swing on that rope? Show me how to twerk.
That's still one of my favourite videos, you know, of when Ryan was doing the must up on those things, and then I swing Very like on the cannonball thing. I love that. That was really
Yeah,
good.
and that's it. And it's like people have got to want to have fun, because I think life is so serious. My ideal clients got to want to reach their goals. They've got to understand that they need to put in work, which is totally different to what they've done before. It's not a diet for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. It's not a challenge. It's like, you don't want to live like that for the rest of your life anymore. You actually value your health, your body, you want to feel attractive, and you know you're going to have to put in the work to do it. So yeah, for me, that's who I'm kind of talking to, but I like giving you the ones that you hate and you
like it when I split the dummy.
Yeah, because if you look at the clients that I've got,
Me,
I
Alistair.
did you, Alistair, Andrea, I've got Samantha, Claire Vise, taking on a new one, Matt. I've got Stu, my older lady that I used to see one-to-one.
Can you see yourself doing that? Can you see yourself doing any of these like 8-week challenges, 28-day things that other people are doing? You see a lot.
I've got an 8-week challenge.
What about yeah, because I know we were going to do this anyway in 2020, but fitness retreats. Surely
I'd love to, Ben, honestly, just get me somewhere hot.
I'll be all over helping organise something like that, because because ultimately from a business perspective online, you want to offer something that's free. You've got to give people value, haven't you?
Yeah.
To get them interested. Then you need to, if you can, you need people that are like subscribers like me and Alistair or Andrea that are paying every month. Then you want some bigger ticket items where you say, right, you've got your monthly thing, but we're going to do an 8-week challenge, and it's whatever, it's 250 quid, and we're going to do.
You say that, but the high ticket challenge for me, it's a lot more, and this is what I have been working on. So I think it was the end of November, I kind of set myself a limit. So on the 1st of Feb, I've got the 3-day Fat Loss Forever workshop, which is just a little taster of what you should be doing. And
but you get a taster for 3 days, then
plus a free guide. Then that is to lead on to my 8-week D60 mind body reset. So again, I'll probably change the name, but it is 8 weeks of habit stacking. Learning about your portions, food. It's not a diet. I'm not telling people what to eat. And it's just, if you think about how I like doing.
Is the goal though to drop weight during the challenge? Is that the goal?
Yeah, of course it is, because that's what motivates people to keep going. It's nothing fancy. This isn't the best workout or nutrition plan ever. It's just getting people to realize that what you do every day at the moment is what's stopping you looking and feeling the way that you want to feel and losing the weight that you want to lose. So it's kind of personalized, because I go in and I set the habits based on the questions that I've asked them related to their goals and where they're struggling.
Right, so it's quite a detailed thing. Then they've got to put an input, and then you come back. So I take it you're not going to have like millions and millions of people on this thing. It's going.
No, I kind of cap it to 10.
Right.
So at the moment, I've got 2 ladies. First lockdown, I think I had 6 ladies joining that, but the price has gone up now because, one, it works and it's my time and energy, and they can still message me. So if they're worried about anything, they're kind of still getting that one-to-one coaching, because my job is to help them understand. Because if I don't do that, then I've failed, and I'm just taking people's money and just going, look, it fucking works. If it's not working for you, you're failing, but they're failing for a reason, and I've not given them what they need. Yeah. Then after that, it's like, that's where it goes to the monthlies, like you guys, because they've probably got an idea of what they want to do, what they really enjoyed. They want to get more changes. Encourage them to lift more weights, because it goes from that. So it's just body weight exercises. So just movement, dead bugs, Turkish get-ups, squats. Then it leads on to banded exercises. So they have the option to do a 6-week follow along.
Bands.
And it's like, look, get into the gym, get some weights. This is how you can.
Yeah, because then they'll be fitter anyway. So it's people from a pretty basic level that are looking to improve the thing. No, because that's what I was going to say. So
think your level when you started. I basically want to take people like you and go, look, this is what you should be doing. Forget the diets, forget your liquid fucking fat burners, your C9, your Herbalife. Let me help you sort your shit out.
I wasn't going to bring those up. you know, but
They're everywhere. I saw somebody selling liquid fucking fat burners. Fuck
have
off.
you seen that? And yeah, I've seen everyone kicking off about that Danielle Lloyd, about the ketones, about the sachets for. Is it
bullshit? Yeah, but it's fucking keto sticks.
the 120 quid for 20
Fuck
sachets?
off, love. You fat. Oh, honestly, like.
Who is she anyway? What's she off?
I ain't got a clue, mate. I don't watch reality TV. She's some fucking D-list, Z-list celebrity.
Not Daventry A-list is like us,
Probably.
right?
She probably is from fucking Dav.
But yeah,
no, just bollocks.
I did a clean 9, you know, in however, but basically what that did do was get me back into going to the gym and doing 30 minutes of exercise a day. Because I started going to the gym, lost weight, stopped going, did that. I lost 10 pounds in 10 days and I felt like shit. Okay. But I did it, and it did get me going back to the gym. Would I advise anyone to do that? No, I wouldn't.
You know what? This is where I'll take a different stance. So most people don't need something like that. But then you've got some people who are really overweight or obese that could benefit from doing something like that. So again, it has to depend on the client and where they're coming from.
Like my sister-in-law Tina, she's doing the Cambridge thing. I don't know, and I don't know what it costs her, but she has lost a couple of stone. And now I've tried to say to her, look, basically, you're eating 1,000 calories a day. Well, you know, I think it'd be really good from your point of view, because I think you do a lot of. This is what I think we should do as an experiment, right? So everyone's saying, you know, Herbalife, do this, do that. So what we should do is I do a Herbalife for a month or something like that, and I film it and document it, and you actually structure it. So you do a video documentary and you go, this is how I feel, blah, blah, blah. These are the costs. But you could also say, I could have, because what I think people don't understand is how much food you can actually eat. So if I'm trying to lose weight, and if I was doing 2,000 calories a day, I'd be in an extreme calorie deficit. How much food that could actually be. And I think that's where people don't, where they see these Herbalife, because it is quite easy, because all you're doing.
But it's a quick fix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, if you really want to lose weight and that's going to motivate you to do something else, I'll say do it. Like if you really have that much weight to lose, do it. But don't do it more than 2 to 4 weeks. Like I think it's what are you going to do after? So when that slimming shit stops, then what's next? What have you learned in that time to continue with weight loss and then carry on? And I already know if me or you were to do something like that, we would feel really tired. I wouldn't be able to do my workouts. I'd be fucking hungry all day because a couple of shakes isn't going to fill me up, and I'm going to get hungry. And when I'm hungry, I'm not very nice to be around, Ben.
Well, no, the thing is, that is the first time I've ever got hangry was when I did the clean 9. So I can remember something happened where I was living at the house with Craig, and it was 600 calories a day. I mean, no wonder I lost 10 pounds in 10 days. And it was 600 calories a day plus the shakes, yeah. And I can remember, Craig literally just walked past the TV and said something, and I just went. He didn't even say anything like to me, but I just lost it. I can remember him looking at me like, what the fuck is going on? And I was just like, my mind had gone. I got the crazy eyes on ever. I mean, you know me, I'm not an angry person, but
it does change you. But having said all that as well, it's like if somebody came to me and they really had a lot of weight to lose, I have used an extreme diet protocol. So this is like 1 to 3 days, and it is really, really low calorie, but I wouldn't do that for somebody like us. It would be somebody that's got 10, 20, 30 kilos to lose, because from experience, what they want is they want to see the scales go down. For them to know something works and for them to trust in what you do and how you can help them get results, they want to see those numbers go down. Even though the number on the scales is irrelevant. Long term, that doesn't matter. But for them, immediately, it will.
But the bigger you are, the easier it is to lose weight. You don't,
of course it is.
You don't have to do much, and then bang, the weight's coming off, and then that's what gets people, like we said, going into the gyms or carrying on with those behaviours.
Yeah, and this is where the habits come in, because it's like, right, what have you been doing that's different to what you normally do? Check in how you feel, because a lot of the time people are eating when they're not hungry anyway. So it's, why are you eating? And then take the James Clear habit stacking. It's checking in with those things and creating behaviour. So you are only eating when you're hungry. You're setting an amount of portions, because I think that's a lot easier than people tracking. Although at some point, for every client, I will get them to track for at least 1 week.
I think it makes them realise. You know what I'd say about tracking? I think it's like learning to drive, right?
Yeah.
You've learned it. Your skill that you currently know is how to put on weight. To lose weight, you need to learn a new skill, right? It's like learning to drive with the highway code.
Yeah, exactly.
You learn the highway code, and then you know how to use the roads, right? And it's the same with using MyFitnessPal or tracking your calories. Once you know, it's just like a piece of tracing paper that you use to help you out. It's not going to change your life completely. Well, it might do. It helps me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It can help you change your life. But then people are more aware. And when I did an in-person nutrition kind of a fat loss workshop, I actually got people to serve me. So I had a bowl and some cereal. A lot at the time, people were eating a lot of granola or like the muesli stuff. And I said, pour me out a portion. Pour me out what you would eat for breakfast. And then I got my scales out. I put it down with a similar bowl, so they both weighed the same, and then I poured out a portion, like weighed as per what it would say on the back of the packet.
Yeah.
And I passed it around the room, and they were like, "Oh, that's not even worth eating. I wouldn't even eat that because it's tiny." And yet you compare that to what people were actually eating, it was like 3, 4, 5 times bigger than a portion. So those calories add up, and it's like little things like that. Which is why I think the whole tracking and the weigh-in of your food is really good, because then it's like, oh, do you know what? I never realised I was eating that much, because you were just picking it up, pouring it in.
And then if you get to a point where you haven't, where say you're on holiday or whatever, you can go, right, that's probably about 200 grams. That's, so if you wanted to, you can sort of guesstimate how much food you are eating in a day.
Yeah, which is where I am, which is why I don't do the macros. I don't count my calories. I kind of know where I'm at day to day, and it changes every day, because if I don't work out, I'm not going to want to eat the same amount of food that I normally would. And this is what I try and get everybody to understand. It's like, it's not an everyday thing. Your calories can go up. If you're on holiday, the whole point is to enjoy it. If you go into a barbecue or we've got an IB rave going on, we're going to drink a lot more bloody alcohol, but it's not a case of, oh, I can only have like 3 and then I'm over my limit.
It's like Christmas. There's no mucking about for me at Christmas. I mean, as soon as it gets to about the 14th of December, I'm going flat out for 2 weeks. I don't care. For me, anyone that does that, I don't know. I've got it.
It's enjoy it though, isn't it? Enjoy it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Eat what you want and then get back to normal.
Yeah. Yeah, just get hammered. Right, here we go. So, Bob, what are your body goals? What do you want to achieve? Because you still haven't told me.
I want bigger quads and a bigger bum. Actually, I want bigger hamstrings too. Bigger legs, bigger bum. But that's always been my goal.
But you have got Booty. You've got one of the best batteries I've seen. I'll tell you who has got an amazing battery in Dav that I didn't realise. Laura Brown put a picture.
Yeah, I saw her ass yesterday.
I was like, Jesus.
But again, to be fair, right, and this is the problem with Instagram, and I'm not taking away Laura's hard work, because she fucking busts her ass off.
Yeah,
if anybody wants to change their figure, You must put in the work. If you want to change your muscle.
But then you look at it and just think,
yeah, we did. And I was like, I don't know if I actually sent her a message, but no, I appreciated her ask. And I do, because I understand the hard work that it goes into it. But the other thing is as well is I can make my butt look flat, or I can make my butt look popping. And it is to do with how you stand. But it's true, Ben. Like, I could make my butt look really big. Angles and everything make a massive difference. And I think social media, we need to stop looking at that, because I was like, fuck, her ass is better than mine. And I'm like, no, I can make it look better than that.
The post is going round, isn't it, about a girl that changed her figure. I've seen a lot of girls posting about that she got a different set of pants on or something, and that changed how her figure looks. But
did you not see my post? I literally stood here because I had the chat with Simon and Dawn, and I was like, and I think it's the keto sticks thing, or somebody had rattled on about something, and I was like, but this is where posture and whether you tense or not makes a difference. And I stood there rounded and I relaxed, and then I stood there nice and tall and straight, and my body changed in the matter of 15 seconds from the moment I stood forward to the camera and then went back. So it's like, it happens, but we want to look good. That's why I try and get people not to pay attention to the photos that I share, and which is why I've always tried to kind of avoid it unless I'm looking to get a quick sale, because that's how it works. If I want somebody to buy into me immediately, I'm going to share a photo and tell them what they need to hear.
I mean, it's something I don't do, because my body's not. I look at videos of myself and I just think I just look scrawny.
Yeah, but why do we need to put it on social media anyway?
Oh, mate.
You know, and that's the other thing. It's like, work out because you want to work out. Yes, share your results for the likes and the comments, because that's ultimately why we do it. Because you're not just doing it just to go, look, guys, look at what I've done, and then not expect anybody to go, oh my God, you look amazing. Or to get like those double taps and all the likes coming in, or people sliding into your DMs. It's like, why the hell are you doing it anyway?
It's better from from a personal perspective. I didn't really put too much on about my transformation online, but when you go out and you see people that you haven't seen for ages, and they're like, oh my God, you don't even look like the same person. And you're thinking, well, I feel the same.
But that's what people are now getting from social media. And I think, for me, the in-person comments
are better,
because that's like, oh, yeah, fuck. Because we don't see the changes ourselves. We don't really notice when we're losing a bit more weight or we put on some more muscle. So having somebody say that to us is like, yeah, but that's why we do it on social media. For somebody to go, oh, wow.
It's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love looking at like Danny Spiegel's Burma, getting it all out, all them CrossFit girls. Why else does anyone do CrossFit? Because this was one of my questions, right? Like I said to you in the app the other day, and I've been doing this for 3 years or so. What is it, 4 years? 27.
Yeah, 4 years, yeah.
What is the point of a WOD? What's the point of it?
Depends what the WOD is. And I think, do you know, okay, what's the point of a WOD, or are you asking what's the point of CrossFit?
No. What's the point? What is the point? What is the benefit of it? What's the benefit of a WOD over, say, HIIT training?
Do you know what? If you remove the terms, and again, it comes down to, it depends what the WOD is, because a WOD could be just 6 sets of 1 rep of a back squat. A WOD could be a 10-minute EMOM of a couple of exercises.
Let's talk about today's, okay? Yeah. So today.
Then, okay, when it comes to you and your WODs, I'm just trying to fuck you up.
no, but I'm saying from a physical level, yeah. So say, I'd tell you, I've got 15-minute AMRAP, 9 deadlifts, 12 push-ups, 15 burpees over the bar, yeah? So honestly, what is the difference rather than doing five sets of 9 deadlifts 4 sets of deadlifts with breaks, and then 4 sets of push-ups, blah blah blah, and then like sets of burpees. What's the difference rather than mixing it all together?
So for the purpose of that WOD, it comes down to intensity and working under fatigue.
Right.
So, and again, it's where, let's look at the weight of the deadlift. So if it's heavy, then doing the burpees and the push-ups is going to cause you to be under fatigue. And then you've got the 15-minute AMRAP. So one, it's trying to get you to focus on consistency with your pace in the workout, because you don't want to start off really fast.
No.
You're trying to stay the same because of the length of time that the WOD is set for.
The sticking point for me would probably be press-ups, is where the big failure is coming in.
Yeah, but if it was Ryan, I'd be giving him handstand push-ups.
Yes.
So it's like, make sure it's relevant for the person. But I know it's...
What I'm saying is, though, what is the overall health benefit from it? Is it, where does working under fatigue, what does that do for you in the long run? I'm just, say if someone's watching this and they're thinking, you know, why should I do a WOD over HIIT training? Because I've been to HIIT classes before, like Dawn's, and that's all very enjoyable, and you do 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and you can sort of cope with that. This, you could be crying your eyes out for 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's call it metabolic conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's short and intense, but you're also working the muscles, because the deadlift is going to hit some major muscle groups. So when you pair...
Is it going to build,
and it could even be
build muscle there? No.
No. For a newbie, if you did stuff like that all the time, you're probably going to get injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing it alongside a strength workout and you're doing it after, you're probably going to get hurt. If you're just going to do it after a little warm-up and you're going to go straight into that, you've warmed it to the deadlift weight and you're just doing it as a quick little workout, you're probably going to see some changes in your body. But the only real way, once you're out of the beginner phase, to build more muscle and change the size of those muscles is applying various kind of training techniques. So it could be time under tension, you could be doing partial range of movement, you're loading up the weight, you're doing lighter reps, higher volume, and it's just a mix of stuff. But you don't want to be doing all the fancy shit. So would I give WODs to somebody that was just focused purely on changing their body shape? No, I wouldn't, because that wouldn't be their goal, and therefore they wouldn't enjoy it. Same thing for Sam. Her goal is not... Sam Smythe.
Yeah.
Her goal is really, she just needs to like relax. It's time out for her at the moment. She's got no real want to be a CrossFit athlete. Yes, she'd probably like to be stronger, but she wants to see changes in her body, but also...
She has done CrossFit events though, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. But again, what's the point for her? That wasn't a goal. It's demotivating. It was demotivating for her because she never felt good enough. So for somebody coming to a class or having a PT program for them, why would you want to make them feel like they're not good enough or they can't do something? That's not the goal.
But in a class, in a class environment, you scale it to get through it. So that can't be demotivating for people, though, surely.
Yeah, but it can. Put yourself in that environment. And I think if our members were honest, especially when we go to writing scores on the board, they start to compare what they got versus somebody else. Yes, it could be seen as a challenge and as a way to like push you to work harder, but at what risk? So this is something that I'm always aware of. What is the goal of your session? How do you want your members to feel? Because if it's them feeling like they're shit because some newbie has done better than them, without taking into account anything else, it's like, are they going to come back?
But has to beat me every week there.
Yeah, that's why I don't really like to do the scores when I do my classes. I won't keep a note of it. If you want to, you do that. You know, I got rid of the PB board because people were asking, oh, who's got the biggest squat? And it's like, well, it's not really fucking relevant, is it? Are you working out in order to increase your strength?
The only reason why I like the PB board was because then I knew what I'd done. I never compared myself to anyone else, really. But yeah, I mean, you know roughly what you can lift on most things.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I want people to know themselves, what they can do, where the limitations are, what their goals are, and I expect them to like talk to us about that. And then one thing that I do say to the girls in the classes is, look, if you don't feel ready to do an exercise, you have the complete control to say, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do this exercise instead, because of whatever reason. It's just that's the control that you have. Just because it's written on the board doesn't mean you have to do it.
Yeah, surely the point of those ones is just to get people moving at the end of the classes, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just pressure as well. I do see it as added pressure for them, which is why I try and make sure, one, it is challenging, but it's also scalable and allows each of them to push at their own ability, because not everybody can do the same movements. I don't know, I don't like taking the risk.
But ultimately, WODs though are going to improve your fitness, aren't they? Your actual cardiovascular, because it's different to going for a run, isn't it?
Yeah, loads different. Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay, most WODs are going to push you into what you call your anaerobic state. So this is where your body doesn't use oxygen. Then your body's going to become more fatigued because of the amount of lactic acid in the body. Yeah, this is where then you get the burn in the muscles and you want to stop. You're constantly breathing through your mouth. But again, one of my aims is to get people to remain in control, because you shouldn't ever let your body just get away with you. It's breathe to control the state that you feel you're in right now, so you can keep pushing.
Those man makers, by the way, that is a disgusting movement, by the way.
Yeah, but it's a disgusting movement, but at the moment I love that movement for a lot of you.
No,
is there any point of it? Probably not.
Do you know the hard bit was the rows? That's what was hard. I couldn't get that's why I had to stop after 2 or 3.
Yeah, and if I was going to be sensible, which I'm not for you and people like Alistair or sometimes Andrea, because do you know what? You need something that's sucky. And you just need to get that out of your system. For a lot of people, it's just hold a plank.
Once a week, I don't mind doing it once a week.
But then what are your goals, Ben? I've only put the WODs in just in case you want to do them. Your goal is to build muscle.
Well, yeah, my goal is to build muscle, but I still think it's not the end of the day, end of the world, keeping your anaerobic fitness levels up, surely.
No, it isn't.
And like me going for a run once or twice a week isn't going to affect my...
No, but you've got a good balance, and a lot of people don't have that balance. A lot of people don't do that long, steady state cardio, which is what your runs, I hope, are. You're not sprinting round, are you? You're doing like 5+ miles.
No, I do about 4 or 5 kilometres it'll be to go around from my house to the country park. If I run out of here and then run up to Shackleton Drive, run down the railway line, then back down the new main road to the Queen of Hearts, then going to the country park that way, that's 5 kilometres pretty much bang on by the time you've run round and come back round. But
that's where you get balance, because you're doing your strength workouts, your bodybuilding stuff, a couple of reps here and there. Then you've got your metabolic conditioning, which is putting you into that endurance anaerobic state. They're short-ish. You don't really get a long workout unless you do Team WOD. And then you've got your long aerobic workout. So, and again, this is where it's an understanding of how your body, your brain, your central nervous system works, because you can't constantly be up here without kind of bringing some balance. So that's where the long cardio comes in. And I do put that into a lot of the programs that I give people. And it is 40 minutes on the rower, it's 45 minutes on the rower, it's going out for a nice steady run. It's just...
I haven't got a rower, but you can import those exactly the same as the Concept 2 rowers. Yeah, they're built in China. Do you know how much you can get them per unit?
Go on, tell me.
Less than 250.
I want to get some more.
Less than 250 quid. Like, if you go onto a website called Alibaba...
Oh, yeah, that's where we got all the other gym equipment from.
Yeah.
Like, the dumbbells and that, and the benches.
How come it took how much did it cost Oh, you bought benches off there, did you?
Yeah, so we got the benches, the dumbbells, the barbells, and some of the plates that some of the members bought. So when I loaned it out, they literally purchased their own new stuff. I think we ended up getting 5 sets of plates, 5 barbells, some clips, which were all shit because they all broke. Bands, I got a shitload of rubber bands. And I got 2 new benches, but one was for a member. And it took a while because the moment I ordered it, once we'd finalised it, they had COVID. So it was like everybody was doing the same thing. Everybody was going into this panic buying because of home workouts and getting stuff for their gyms. And then it was like shipping was about 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, it was worth it, but you've got to get a good shipping price. That's the only thing that bumps it up. And then you've got the VAT and
So you buy the products and the shipping is on top. How much did it cost to ship it all?
£2,000.
Did it?
Yeah. But we had quite a lot of stuff. So they do it per kilogram and the containers in the actual shipping containers. So if you fill up a whole one, it's going to be a lot cheaper than having to just put a couple of crates in.
Right.
Yeah, I probably could have got it cheaper, and the Alibaba, you can get the companies, you know, the people that you buy it from, they can actually do it for you. The only thing you're going to get hit with either way is your tax and your VAT on the goods once they hit the port, which we pay.
Because you know, like those CrossFit bags and that, they're like 50, 60 quid. And they're like, you can buy them for £2 on there, the bags.
Yeah.
They're bad. Those bags can't cost that.
No, they don't. I got mine really cheap off Amazon as well. And yet it's the same as the weighted vest though. But again, this is you asked about books. One of the books I'm reading at the moment is oversubscribed. And it's not a case of how much is it, it's a case of how many people want it. And how many CrossFitters want a bag like that?
Well, all of them.
Yeah, exactly. So does it matter what price it is?
Those bags aren't that good.
No, they're not. It's just a fucking duffel bag.
No, I think you can have a much better bag than that. That's why they're not quite big enough, are they?
Ben, it's the look, isn't it? And everybody's got one, so they're a CrossFitter. And the worst thing about them bags is, if you've got shit at the bottom and the bag's full, you've got to empty it all just to get to it.
Yeah, that's why I prefer
I got a long one. Yeah.
A duffel bag.
Yeah, I got one.
We call it a TK.
Better for just getting inside it.
It's a TK bag. You could fit a little TK in there.
And it fills up a whole square in the gym. No, it's I think it's the same with anything, though, isn't it? People want what everybody else has got, and it will come down to the same as your physique. It's like somebody else wants to look like that, whereas you're probably never going to be able to look like that. So.
And what about we haven't talked about supplements. So what are you? Because the only thing I ever take is protein shake. If I don't have enough protein in the day, I take omega-3s and creatine.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've started on the ginger juice. You ever drink any ginger?
Yeah, I used to drink ginger juice, ginger and turmeric. I used to also grate a lot of ginger into salads and stuff because it does have health benefits. My only other supplement is I'm on vitamin D.
I thought I was going to say, I thought Dan Ains was handing that out, wasn't he?
Little D3.
Is that what you call him? Just Daniel, I've had a bit of D3. Come on, round.
Actually, I do call him Daniel. His name's not Daniel, you know.
Is it not?
No, his name's Dan. It's just Dan.
I
go, well, I'm calling you Daniel. And then I've got folic acid, but that's because I was low in those vitamins. I did a test. The only other vitamins or supplements I would get people to take, and again, it depends on what you do, would be your omegas, like you said, and then if you need a pre-workout, coffee. Other than that, stop wasting your fucking money.
Yeah, I don't buy any of the pre-workout. I'm not into that. But what about I've seen a few things online about people doing DNA testing now to find what their correct foods and supplements they should be drinking. Where do you sit with that?
Okay, with supplements, yes, through a blood test you can find out what vitamins and hormone levels you are low in, the same as minerals, so iron. You can also check whether your liver's functioning properly. So in that sense, yeah, a blood test is worth it, but it's no. The rest is just no.
So you wouldn't
The
pay
science
like
is then there. No matter who I listen to, because I do listen to a lot of podcasts. That's another habit I've started doing. When I'm in the car, I don't listen to the radio or music. It's podcasts. It's science just isn't there.
Do you ever listen to music though? Do you ever sing a song?
Yeah, I fucking love it. Yeah, of course I do. Ben, you know me. I can't sit still. Sometimes I'll have it playing on my computer whilst I'm working because I just need that, not a distraction, I just need something else to focus on while I'm doing work.
So what podcast do you listen to?
At the moment, I'm listening to, is it Finding Mastery by Michael Gervais? You should listen to him. Conspiracy Randy is another one. I just love it just for the banter and the bullshit and the chatting of conspiracies and all what is.
As you know, from like pre-Facebook days, I really wish my name was Randy. Remember when I was Randy Stocker on Facebook?
Oh yeah.
I did. I loved being Randy. I like.
Who else am I listening to? I'm listening to Muscle Intelligence by Ben Dee because I've always liked him when I got into the bodybuilding. He's got a lot of good content to share. He speaks to a lot of good people. There's another podcast that I listen to called Fit You Biz by a lady called Jill Coleman. So she's a personal trainer, online business coach, helps other PTs do their online stuff, but she shares a lot of short, valid content. So just stuff for you to think about. And so those are really my 4 go-tos at the moment.
I'm not listening to any podcasts at the minute. But I used to listen to The Body and the Beast with Jamie Alderton. And then obviously I listened to...
And Dan Meridith.
Yeah, Dan Meridith, yeah.
I've recently started following him, so I'm in his Facebook group.
He's got a beard that he's
that as well, but I find him really relatable, so he's like the male version of me.
He is very similar to you. He doesn't take any nonsense.
No. So I kind of like it, but he's got a load of content to share that I find valuable for me as a personal trainer and gym owner. So I sign up for his monthly thing. So again, I kind of interested in him to hold me accountable. And he's not even like coaching me one-to-one, but the stuff he puts out is like you fucking do it or you ain't going to get anywhere. And that's the same approach that I take. It's like, if you don't do the work, you're never going to get the results that you want. So sort your shit out, stop moaning, get it done.
Is he more business now than fitness, isn't he? Both.
So, but for me, it's like business life coaching.
He doesn't own gyms, does he, anymore or not?
No, I don't believe he does. I think he's still got a gym that he owns, but he's not opening gyms. He's more...
Is he from Brighton?
Not got a clue. I've not looked that much into detail.
So yeah, I listen to them, and I listen to Ross Edgley's podcast. He was the world's fittest podcast. So I listened to those because that was around his book, and then I read the book, The World's Fittest Book.
Yeah, the other one I started listening to was what's his name? Martin McDonald. Is it Martin McDonald? It's called Not Another Nutrition Podcast or something. But I've always liked his science approach to nutrition for fat loss. And
so who's that? Because I want to listen to a few things about. I am interested in nutrition.
Okay, so. Oh, another good guy. Oh my God, I am obsessed with this guy. Oh, Andrew Huberman. Fucking, that man is gold. Seriously. That makes me wet.
TK sent me one, The Next Step Espresso or something.
So it's called Not Another Nutrition Podcast.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
So these are all my podcasts at the moment. So Muscle Intelligence. So What the Fuck Gym Talk. There is good. And then I've got the Skinny Confidential, just because some of the podcasts they do are with funny people. Huberman, fucking love him. Now I started listening to ESG Fitness, but I couldn't listen to the one of her with Chloe Medley.
She used to work with Jamie Alderton, though, I'm sure. What's her name?
I think she did, yeah.
When I did that Grenade Fit Challenge. She was one of the trainers on there.
Yeah, I like her content because again, it's like, look, it's not about the bullshit that you keep buying into. These are the things that you've got to do. So it's hold yourself accountable. And I like people that have that approach.
Is she a hippie bird?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know her. I don't think I follow her on Instagram either, but that came up when I was putting in nutrition podcasts.
She's got, I just happened to see her on something the other day, and she's got about 50,000 followers. So
yeah, I don't think she's a hippie. I don't know, but I like that. But yeah, I didn't get on with the other one that she's got. I don't know what it's called, but it was with Chloe. I just didn't like it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at and listening to. I've got loads of books, but I struggle just to sit and read and focus on them unless I really get into it, which is why I like the oversubscribed at the moment, because it's got quite a few stories in there. So you read a little bit of knowledgeable, helpful information, and then he ties it in with a story. So that's kind of keeping me focused on it. Whereas the others is just like information. Oh, switch off.
Yeah, if you get too much information, it can give you a...
That's what I've got at the moment. I keep buying them. So I've got words that sell. Then I've got expressive words. Then I've got for the love of weightlifting. Then I've got healthy deviant. Now this is a good book actually. I started reading it. I was like, that's a really good approach to anybody that is fed up of doing diet after diet and is worried about fitting in with everybody else. So it's like, look, if you want to lose the weight and be fit, you have to change the way you think about living your life day to day. Like, you've got to stop following the sheep and like do what works. You've got to start thinking about what you need to do day to day to be the person you want to be. Motivational interviewing in nutrition and fitness.
Motivational interviewing?
Yeah, so
are you motivationally interviewing me at the moment?
Nah, mate, we're just chatting shit. Okay. So motivational interviewing I do with a couple of clients, but it's all reflection of words. So it's trying to dig a little bit deeper to uncover their real reasons, what's really holding them back, helping them explore ways of coming unstuck and getting past the obstacles that they keep saying are stopping them, and then lean and strong. That's a good one. This is similar to habits, but it's all about skill setting. Okay. So rather than doing everything, it's like week by week you just implement one new skill. So
maybe,
back to the habits.
Maybe you should do a reading club on the D60 and just like once a week just do a book recommend like that and just go, this is a book and a bit of a blurb about it.
There's a guy that does this. He reads a lot of philosophical stuff. So his account on YouTube is called Optimize with a Z. I think his name is Brian Gold. Like, he will read a book and he will write a couple of pages and then just give you that information so you get what's in the book without having to read it. But I love it. Like that, I just love it. I used to listen to him in the shower before I started listening to podcasts. I just play it.
You listen to podcasts in the shower?
Well, YouTube videos with Optimize, yeah. I play it, but I take it in there and I listen while I'm washing.
You take your phone in the shower?
Yeah, not in the shower. I put it on a shelf. Like,
I was going to say.
Maybe put it in a special little case.
Maybe if you want some like and subscribe, you should be sticking a live feed on of you in the shower.
I could do that. Fans only, yeah? Watch me butt crack.
I've not been onto OnlyFans yet, so I don't really know about that.
Don't. I get the idea that it's private unless you pay me some money. But did you know, right, I'm just going to say this, on Facebook, I don't know if it'll still work now, but you know in the video section, did you get logged out of Facebook the other day?
I don't think so, no. What, on my phone?
Well, if we leave it on this, because so if you go into like the search and then do, where's the video bit? Just type in you or a letter and then do search and then go to videos on the tab. Mate, there's so much porn in there right now.
What? Go to what? Just you?
Yeah, so you know You know, if you go to your search, your magnifying glass,
Yeah.
just type, I put you, and then I do search, and then scroll across the videos. Is it there? Oh, I think I might have gone now.
No, mine's all like, would you please, Russian warship nearly collides with US Navy.
I think they might have taken them down. But on Saturday, it was just full of like horses having sex and porn, and it was mad.
No, that's not to do with what you've been searching on.
No,
Facebook.
no. Apparently it was a glitch, and I found that in the Espresso with Dan, so that Dan Meridith Facebook group. She was like, "This is the only place I feel safe writing this." Is anybody else's phone doing this?
I'll have to check that out.
I don't think it is there now. I think that Facebook have clocked onto it. But apparently these videos have always been there, but hidden. I don't know. I just find it interesting. It just makes me chuckle. That we can't even post an ad about fat loss or weight loss or have a body in the image without it getting taken down and refused. But yeah. That was, yeah. Anything else, Ben? We've been chatting for an hour and a half.
No, I think, well, probably a bit less than that because of my computer glitches. But no, I think, you know, you're going to want some content to talk about with other people, I suppose. So.
I could talk about this stuff all day, Ben. It doesn't matter who I talk to. I think everybody gets a different...
You're like Captain America. I can do this shit all day.
Yeah, but I can't do it talking to myself. You know, if you put a camera there and it's like, right, just talk about fat loss, what do you want me to say? Don't eat so much?
Why? Just put it on the internet and just put topics that you've covered. Maybe you're going to have to rewatch it.
I am.
And then go, like, I don't know, certain times, the topics. So if people want to know, they can just fast forward to those bits. But, you know, what can I say? You probably couldn't have picked a better guest.
Of course not.
Your podcast.
Not for the first one.
No.
You are the best guest.
People are going to have some big shoes to follow now.
They definitely are.
I'm sure you'll want me on, you know, later versions.
I think we need to make it a weekly feature, Ben. You know, you're furloughed. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, I can do it. Mondays are good for me.
We'll pick a topic and we'll dig deep into it.
Okay, well, look, I'm going to go and eat some food now. I'm going to go and get those calories in.
Enjoy it.
But yeah, it's going to be big. But yes, have a wonderful day.
Thanks very much, Ben. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.